One day, long ago, there was a koala and a tree kangaroo that were great friends. During this time, Koala also had a very long, furry tail. When the sun came up this one morning, it was so hot that it dried up all of the streams, and it was so dry that the leaves began to dry out as well. Koala and tree kangaroo were so worried that they were going to die of thirst when tree kangaroo suddenly got an idea. An old memory popped in his head about a time when him and his mother also experienced a very dry day similar to this one. In doing so, he told Koala that they dug a hole in one of the parts of the dried up streams, and they dug it so deep that eventually cold water came up from beneath the surface. Koala, after hearing the story, got so excited he couldn't wait to taste the cold water that was going to come up from this hole that they planned on digging. So they walked down to the stream from their trees and they made a deal. They would take turns digging this hole, and while the other one would go and rest for a few. Koala was the one who decided to go nap first, as he was already very exhausted from the dry heat. So tree kangaroo agreed to start digging and went at it. After a while, tree kangaroo started to get tired and called out to Koala. Told him it was his turn to come down and that they needed to swap so tree kangaroo could take a break. Koala was very willing to come down at first. He began climbing down very slowly, inching the branches, when he screamed, "Ouch! Something stabbed my foot! Give me a minute." And he slowly looks at his foot to make sure everything's okay, and told tree kangaroo to keep digging, like, "I just need a couple more minutes to get this out of my foot." Tree kangaroo was understanding, said, "Okay, but as soon as you're done, we need to switch because I'm tired." And Koala gave his okay. As tree kangaroo kept digging, he kept getting more exhausted, and at this point was starting to get a little frustrated with Koala. Once he got about knee deep, he called back up to Koala again and said, "Hey, we really need to switch. I am so tired." And Koala again was very willing to come down, and once he started itching down, he said, "Whoa, I'm so dizzy. We need to take another break." And at this point, tree kangaroo was very, very upset. He didn't think it was fair of Koala to do this and why he needed to keep taking breaks. But tree kangaroo kept on digging, and eventually he got deep enough and the water was found. Excuse me. Tree kangaroo got very excited and shouted out to Koala, "Hey, there's water, come down." So Koala, oddly enough, walked down the tree just fine, didn't look injured, didn't look dizzy or tired, and he shoved tree kangaroo out of the way and just began slurping up all the water. Tree kangaroo sat back confused and didn't understand why Koala would do that and not share with him. So, angrily, tree kangaroo said, "Hey, save some of that for me, we're supposed to be sharing." Koala ignored him and just kept slurping, getting water all over his face. So, tree kangaroo reached down into the hole, pulled Koala's tail, yanked it so hard, and then all of a sudden fell backwards, with the tail still in his hands. The next afternoon, tree kangaroo and Koala went back to their separate homes, angry and no longer friends. Tree kangaroo learned that Koala is selfish and lazy, and Koala lost a friend that day. But this is why koalas now have stubby tails.